Putin falsely claims it was West that started the war in Ukraine almost a year after he ordered invasion.
Here's a summary of the article.
Russian President Vladimir Putin accused Western countries Tuesday of igniting and sustaining the war in Ukraine, dismissing any blame for Moscow almost a year after the Kremlin's unprovoked invasion of its neighbor that has killed tens of thousands of people. In his long-delayed State of the Nation address, Putin cast Russia and Ukraine as victims of Western double-dealing and said Russia, not Ukraine, was the one fighting for its very existence. Observers are expected to scour it for signs of how Putin sees the conflict, which has become bogged down, and what tone he might set for the year ahead. The Russian leader vowed no military let-up in Ukrainian territories he has illegally annexed, apparently rejecting any peace overtures in a conflict that has reawakened fears of a new Cold War. While the constitution mandates that the president deliver the speech annually, Putin never gave one in 2022, as his troops rolled into Ukraine and suffered repeated setbacks. Many observers predicted it would also address Moscow's fallout with the West, and Putin began with strong words for those countries. It's they who have started the war, and we are using force to end it, Putin said before an audience of lawmakers, state officials and soldiers who have fought in Ukraine. Putin accused the West of launching aggressive information attacks and taking aim at Russian culture, religion and values because it is aware that it is impossible to defeat Russia on the battlefield.
This post received a score of 69,000, with an upvote ratio of 81%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Oh, he said war. I thought it was just a special military operation.
When all you do is lie, it becomes more difficult to keep track of all the lies.
House of Russian cards.
House of Matryoshka dolls.
Look what you made me do.
Greater than look what you made me do. Ah, I remember the good old days of Mom telling me I made her hurt her hand because she hit me so hard.
I put my arm between me and a slap one day. I was an asshole who hit their mom in the arm for years. Like damn bro, it was just my reaction like flinching. TFW, you delayed your state address multiple times, waiting for a military breakthrough that never happened, so now you have to give the same rubbish speech as the last year.
And the leader of your geopolitical adversary just waltzed into the enemy capital to celebrate how much you fucked up. Edit. Thanks strangers.
That was an impressive display of stolen thunder.
Dark Brandon rides again.
The absolute night and day difference in ability at managing foreign policy between this administration and the last is honestly incredible. If the previous administration was around, Trump would be in Moscow rimming Putin today.
He would be standing in the background smiling and waving,
while leaning forward at an odd angle like he shit himself.
Like, he's shit himself. More like, while he shit himself.
That depends.
Stands in front of burned down house with gas and matches. Look at what you made me do. With a can full of gas and a handful of matches, and still weren't found out.
Thanks. I almost forgot about Dre.
Motherfuckers act like they forgot about Dre.
But Mum, he started it.
My little brother actually did try to make this argument when we were kids. I didn't start the fight. Because it is only a fight when he chose to hit me back, my mom busted out laughing.
After that, did she bust out the jindal?
She provided it to the defending nation.
You never hear of the time that everyone lived in peace until Sandal Nation attacked. The Sandal Nation are peaceful folk. But by Jove, they'll go full Sandal mode defending themselves if they have to.
Le Chancellor, Havana da Pau.
Putin treats world politics like the aggressor in a physically abusive relationship.
TBF, Russia is the aggressor in a physically abusive relationship with Ukraine. It's like that because of the way that it is.
Not just Ukraine but all their neighbors. There's a reason why the Baltic nations were so eager to join NATO after the breakup of the USSR.
How in the fuck does that even make sense? They are the ones moving troops from one place to another.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.